What's up? What's up? You can tell by the title what today's live is about, right? Let me do a mic check, make sure my mic is good. Tune it in. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Alright, we is good to go. We are good to go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Money Mar, and we're back at it again with another live video for you. And in today's live video is literally an overview of the course that I'm actually creating, right? I'm actually creating a course for how to actually build business credit only using your EIN, which means no PG, no personal guarantor. You don't need to use your social, right? So how to actually use your EIN only in order to acquire over $100,000 worth of business credit, right? So that's what today's story. That's what today's live is going to be about. How to get up to $100,000 in business credit in the next 90 days without no PG, right? So right now, you might be in, one of three positions, right? You might already have a business, right? But you don't know how to utilize business credit, right? Or you have a business, right? But you can't get business funding. You're applying, but you're getting denied, right? Or you don't even have a business at all, right? And you're actually looking to start one, right? So you want to make sure you start off on the right foot, right? So a lot of the problems that I actually see when it comes to business credit or people that have business and is trying to build business credit, right, is they're actually using their own money to fund and operate the business, right? Which means you're actually mixing your personal and your business income together, and that's a big no-no. You know what they say, never mix business with pleasure, right? Personal and business, right? You want to keep those separate, right? Another big problem that I actually see or hear all the time is you think that you actually need to have good personal credit in order to actually get business credit or funding for your business. And I can tell you right now that is far from the truth, right? So the opportunity that you have here today, right, make sure you guys stick to it, and make sure you stick to the end, right? Make sure if you don't have a pen and paper, go ahead and grab that now, because I'm going to need you to take some notes, some copious notes, because what I'm going to give you here today will literally change the trajectory of the way your business is going, right? So I'm going to give you a minute. Go ahead, grab that piece of paper. Go ahead, grab a pen, because you're going to be wanting to take these notes down. I'm literally going to give you step by step by step for what you need to do in order to build business credit for your business, right? So go ahead, take a minute, get that pen and paper out before I continue, right? While you're getting that pencil and paper, right, imagine this, right? Imagine having $20,000 that you're actually able to spend for gas each and every month, right? Imagine that, right? So imagine, right, getting a business credit card or a credit card in general and having access to over $50,000 on that card to utilize for your business, right? Imagine, right? Imagine getting approved for a $100,000 loan that you can utilize to bootstrap your business, right? What would that do for you? What would that do for you? What would that do for you and your business? Honestly, think about that, right? Right? So I hope you guys went ahead and got that piece of paper and a pen, because I'm getting ready to get into it. I'm getting ready to get into the meat and the potatoes, right? So what I'm actually going to go over is the foundation, right? There's actually 8 crucial steps every business needs to take first in order to guarantee a better chance of you actually getting approved, right? There's no guarantees of getting approved, but you have a better chance, right? You have a better chance of getting approved if you set your foundation of your business up right the first time, right? So as I said before, we might have people that already have a business, right? We might have people that don't have a business, right? So for the people that already have the business, right, I want you to listen too, right? Because this still applies to you. Because if you're not utilizing business credit, if you don't have $100,000 in business credit, or if you're not getting approved for business credit, you need to take a step back, set the foundation of your business up right, and then go back out there and start applying for business credit, right? So that's one of the things I'm actually talking about. I'm going to go over the 8 crucial steps every business needs to take in order to guarantee a better chance of approval, right? And I'm also going to go over 3 major steps that you need to do first, right? There's a specific order that you want to do. There's a specific order that you need to follow when it comes to setting up this business credit, and things you need to do first, because some things take longer than the others, right? And then I'm going to actually go over the tier system, right? There's an actual tier system to this, right? Because you can't just go in and go straight get spendable cards, right? Cards that have accessible money on it, so you can spend, right? The high limit credit card. You can't just come in with a brand new business and do that, right? There's a way you can, and I'll go over that at the end, right? So if you want to go straight to getting the credit cards with the high limits on there, there's a way you can do that, and I'll go over that towards the end, right? So in the members area, right, because this is going to be just a high level overview of the things that you need to do in order to build that business credit up, to get that funding up to $100,000 in the next 90 days, right? So in the members area, there's going to be a download that you'll be able to download, right? You'll be able to download this, and what that'll do is it'll actually give you the steps that you need to take in order to build that business credit, so you can actually follow along as you're actually doing it, right? Let me go over here and start this. So make sure you go ahead and get that downloaded and everything once you get into that members area, right? So let's go over, right? Now we're about to get into the meat and the potatoes, right? Let's go over those 8 steps that you actually need to take in order to get your to guarantee a better approval, right? A better approval odds, right? So the first thing you want to do, right? You want to make sure that your business has a website, right? www.mybusiness.com. Whatever your business is, you want to make sure that that your business actually has a website, right? Another thing, you want to actually have a business phone number for it, right? You want to have a local number and you want to have a toll-free number, right? You want to have both of those numbers set up for your business, right? Another thing, you want to get both of those numbers listed in 411, okay? You want to get both of those numbers listed in 411, right? Because these creditors, they're actually going to do their job, which means verifying your business, which means going online, searching you up, going to the search directory, seeing if your business is in there, right? These creditors are actually going to go ahead and do that. So you want to make sure that you're listed in all of these directories beforehand, right? Another thing, you want to make sure that you actually have a business email, okay? A business email, right? So nothing from Gmail, nothing from Yahoo, Hotmail, anything like that. Like you can't have, if you have, let's just say you have what do you want to say? Whatever, any type of business, right? It can't be yourbusiness@gmail.com, right? It can't be yourbusiness@yahoo.com. It cannot be yourbusiness@hotmail.com. It has to be something like your name, right? Your name, or it could be info. Let's go with mine, right? So mine is admin@enterprisebytober.com, right? That's a business email, right? Versus enterprisebytobert@gmail.com, right? I have both of them, However, when I'm going to apply for these businesses, when I'm going to apply for these applications, right? When I'm putting my email down on these applications, I'm not putting my Gmail, I'm putting my business address, right? Because it just looks a heck of a lot more professional, right? They want to make sure that you're actually investing into yourself, investing into your business. Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, all those things are free, right? They want to make sure that you're actually taking the steps that you need to take in order to build up your business in the right way, right? Another thing you want to make sure is you want to have a social media presence, right? That means you want to have a Facebook page for your business. You want to have you can have a Twitter page for your business. You want to have an Instagram page for your business, right? LinkedIn, all the social media profiles that you can have on that you can set up for your specific business. You want to make sure you go ahead and set those up, right? Why? Because the more social presence you have, the easier it is to actually find you. Does that make sense? Right? It makes sense, right? So the more social presence you have, so more social media profiles you have, the easier it's going to be for these creditors to actually find you, right? Because what's going to happen on all these social media profiles is going to have your business name, it's going to have your address, your telephone number, your email, the whole 9 yards, right? And that's just going to be going around the internet on all these different social media sites. So it just makes it a heck of a lot easier for these creditors to find you. Something called SEO. SEO basically stands for search engine optimization, right? And that's how people actually find you online, right? So that's number 5, right? Number 6 is you want to actually list your business on Google, Yelp, and Bing, right? You want to make sure that you're listed on Google, Yelp, and Bing, okay? These are the top 3 major search engines that you actually need to be on, right? Because that's where these creditors are actually searching these search engines to actually find your business. So make sure you're actually on Google, Yelp, and Bing, right? Another thing is you want to make sure that you actually have a business bank account, right? Separate from your personal, okay? That business bank account, you'll have a business debit card with it, with your business name on it, right? You'll have a business account number, business routing number, you'll have everything business, but you need that separate. You need that separate from your personal, okay? You're going to need to separate your business and your personal, so make sure that you get that business bank account set up, right? And that's one of the first things that you actually want to do, because the day you set up your business bank account literally is the day that it looks as you started your business, right? So as soon as you set that business bank account up, that's technically the day that you're in business, right? Another thing is, the last but not least, you want to actually have a logo, right? You want to actually look professional. You want to have a professional logo made and everything, right? If you can do it yourself, go ahead and do it yourself. However, there's resources that you can actually use. I actually outsource a lot of the things that I can do, but I'd rather not do for the business, right? It's called delegating, right? I'm delegating these tasks that I don't need to be doing to someone else, right? Still looks good, still looks professional and everything. However, I'm delegating that to someone else, right? A quick tip to where you can find good logos at is Fiverr.com, right? I have links down there as well for you as far as getting logos made for your business, right? So that's the 8 steps. That's the 8 crucial steps when it comes to building that solid foundation to guaranteeing you getting better odds of approval when it comes to filling out these applications for when you're applying for business credit, right? So another thing that I want to actually go over, let me see here. So there's actually 3 major steps that you actually want to do first, okay? Make sure you write these steps down, right? Because these steps take a while in order for them to complete, right? because once you fill out what you have to fill out, it's going to take 30 days or more for them to respond or get back or set it up. These things that I'm getting ready to tell you, right? One of those things is your DUNS number, right? You want to go ahead and get your DUNS number, apply for that DUNS number, because it actually takes 30 days for them to actually process it and get back to you with your actual DUNS number. A DUNS number is how these creditors look your credit profile up, right? That being said, another thing you want to do first is, like I said, that business bank account, right? As soon as you can, go set that business bank account up, right? Another thing is your credit, right? So this whole thing is based on applying for business funding without using your social, right? So what you want to do, you want to go ahead and you want to lock all 3 of your credit reports, right? You want to lock all 3, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You want to get all of those locked, right? Because when they do try to go pull that your social, all they can do is verify as you. They can't really pull that credit file up. They can only use that for verification purposes only, right? So go ahead, you want to make sure that you freeze all your personal credit, all right? And then one more thing is you want to actually know what your SIC and your NAICS code is, right? That actually just determines what type of business you're in, right? So I'll have a link to where you can actually go and search and find what your SIC number is and what your NAICS number is, or NAICS number is, because you're going to need that when you do go apply for that business bank account, right? So boom, those are the 3 major steps that you actually want to do first, right? You want to actually apply for that DUNS number. You want to set up that business bank account as soon as possible. And 3, you want to actually freeze all 3 of your credit reports, so there's no way they can actually pull it when they're doing verification of you, the business owner, right? And then last but not least, the tier system, right? I'm getting ready to go over the tier system right now. You can literally go through these as tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3, right? Tier 1 is the starter tiers, right? These are the tiers where you're building that foundation, right? You're getting people to extend you credit with as a startup, right? So I'm just going to go over. There's literally, I have a list of 23 tier 1 accounts that you can go apply for right now, right? Before you actually go on to tier 2, you want to actually have anywhere between 5 to 10 tier 1 trade lines reporting on your credit report, right? On your business credit report, right? Why? What does that do? That just lets other creditors know, lets other lenders know that, okay, they're trustworthy. Other people is extending them credit. Other people is lending them money. Okay, I can lend them money as well. All right. So one of those accounts is Quill, right? You can go to Quill.com. You can go to Grainger.com, right? You can go to Uline, right? You can go to Supply Office or Supply Home Depot Pro, right? Make sure y'all writing these down. Sunbelt Rentals, right? You can go to Crown Office Supplies, right? You go to Sumo Office Supplies, right? All of these are tier 1 trade lines that you can actually apply for, right? I actually have a list of 10 of the most easiest trade lines that you can get approved for like that. I'll go over that after I finish this list, right? Strategic Network Solutions, right? Wise Business Plans, right? Business T-shirt clubs, right? You got NAV, you got CEO Creatives, right? You got Creative Analytics, you got Pitney Bowes, right? You got MSC Direct, right? All of these are tier 1 trade lines that you can get, right? You also have Shirtsy, you have Pilot Axle Fuel Card, you got the BP Solutions Fuel Card, right? You got U.S. Plastics. You got A to B fuel card, right? All right. You got the Circle K fuel card, right? You got Ohana office products, right? And then you got Credit Strong. You can actually use Credit Strong for your personal and your business, right? But we're talking about business credit right now, right? So that's 23 different trade lines that you can actually get right now. In order, those 23 different ones you can actually choose from in order to get your 5 to 10 before you actually move on to tier 2, right? So before I move on to tier 2, I want to give you, make sure you have a pen right now. Make sure you have a piece of paper and you write this down right now, because these are the most 10 easiest trade lines that you can get, right, within the next week, within the next day, 2 days, 3 days to a week, right? You want to do this as soon as possible. Apply for them kind of all together. That way, right, the time it takes in order for you to get approved and then move on to the next step will be shorter, because it's not like you apply for one and you're waiting to get approved. No, apply for these things all together, right? So the top 10, my top 10 trade lines that you can get right now. Give me 1 second. My top 10 trade lines that you can get right now for your business credit is NAV, okay? Write this down. Grainger, okay? Uline, all right? Quill, okay? Crown Office Supplies, all right? Business T-shirt Club, right? Sites Marketing Group, right? CEO Creative, right? Creative Analytics, all right? And then JJ Gold, right? I'll go over it one more time. Make sure you write these down. NAV, Grainger, Uline, Quill, Crown Office Supplies, right? Business T-shirt Club, Sites Marketing Group, CEO Creative, Creative Analytics, and JJ Gold, right? So you literally take that list, you go, right, and apply for those 10. You'll get immediate approvals, right? I can't guarantee anything, but those are the top 10 that literally will give you credit like that, right? So some of the ones right now that I have right now is Quill, Road Flex, right? Shirtsy, Pilot, Flying J, right? Business T-shirt Club, right? MYM, and I got NAV is actually coming, right? So right now, I have $33,000. I have $33,000 in business credit right now, right? Right now, and it took me 1 week, right? 7 days, and I acquired $33,000 in business credit. $33,000. So when I say get approved for up to $100,000 in business credit with no PG, I really mean it. It literally took me 7 days to acquire $33,000 worth of business credit that I can use for my business, my brand, right? So yeah, that's that. So that's with tier 1, right? So let's go to tier 2. So tier 2 is where it gets a little fun, right? This is where, so let me backtrack real quick. With tier 1, with those accounts, with some of those accounts, right? Aside your Road Flex, aside the Pilot J, aside my gas cards, right? Which that's what I have the most in. I have $18,000 worth of gas cards right now, right? Aside those gas cards, with tier 1, you can literally only spend on that website, but they will extend you credit, right? It's stuff that you can actually utilize, stuff that you can utilize in your home office if you have a home business, right? Or just things that you can utilize around the house or buy in order just to build that business credit. So you can only spend on with the tier 1 trade lines, you can only spend on those sites, right? Aside the gas cards. However, when you do get to tier 2, right? When you do get to tier 2, you have a little bit more, you're a little bit more flexible. Mainly when you get to tier 3 is where you can spend anywhere, but tier 2 as well, right? With tier 2, I have over 28 different trade lines that you can apply for right now, right? You can apply for them right now, well, after you get through your tier 1 phase, right? So, with that being said, when you get to tier 2, one of the accounts that you can apply for is the Honda Power Equipment, right? You can apply for Caterpillar, right? You can apply for Newegg, Hertz Rent-A-Car, right? Enterprise Rent-A-Car. You can apply for the Lowe's account. You can apply for Lowe's, right? Winn-Dixie Grocery, right? You can get Amazon, a net 55. A net 55 basically means you have 55 days to pay that back versus the regular 30, right? Best Buy, we all shop at Best Buy, right? Dell, right? B&H Photos, right? Floor and Decor. Floor and Decor is a really good card for people who's into real estate, right? People that's into short-term rentals and everything, right? Because you can actually go to Floor and Decor and get some of the things that you need in order to renovate that house, right? So Floor and Decor, right? You got J.C. Penney's, right? You got Uber for Business, Grubhub for Business. You got Tiffany & Co. And my favorite, right? My favorite, which is what I'm going for next, right? I own a vending machine business, right? So the whole idea is I want to use the bank's money versus my money, okay? So that card that I'm talking about is the Sam's Club store card. Not only do they have a Sam's Club store card, they also have a Sam's Club credit card, right? So I actually want to apply for both of those through my business, right? So boom. Verizon Wireless Business. I'm actually talking to my guy Gio right now, right? Getting me set up with the Verizon, right? No down payment, no security deposit, anything like that, right? No PG, right? Getting approved anywhere from 5 to 10 lines, right? So Verizon Wireless Business, right? As I said, that credit strong business loan, right? We got Tractor Supply. We got Home Depot, right? A lot of these, like we go to these stores all the time, we're not thinking we can utilize that credit, right? They have credit for businesses that you can actually utilize. You can build your credit off of these store cards, right? You can build your credit off of these phone carriers, right? AT&T Wireless, right? We got Office Depot, Home Depot, right? We got Sherwin-Williams Paint, right? If you're in painting, right? If you have a business where you deal with paint, we have Sherwin-Williams Paint. We got AutoZone. We got O'Reilly's Auto Parts, right? Some of these things can be used to help fix the car, fix the truck, fix whatever that you need as far as the automotive side of things, right? We got National Tire and Battery, and we also got Advanced Auto Parts, right? So that's 28 different trade lines that you can actually apply for when you actually get to tier 2, right? And once again, I'll have this as a download, right? I'll have this as a download so you can download it, follow along, check it off as you're progressing through building this business credit, right? And then last but not least, my favorite section, which is tier 3, right? Tier 3 is where you get those cards, you get those high limit cards, 50,000, 75,000, 40,000, 20,000, 100, even 100,000 worth of business credit, lines, loans, and cards, right? So some of these, right? Some of these credit cards you can actually go into, like these credit cards I'm getting ready to go over now, is credit cards that you can use, that you can actually apply for with no PG. However, you just need to have strong banking history, right? You need to have a lot of activity going into your bank because it's this app called Plaid. It's a secure app and everything where it connects you through other apps in order to verify that banking information or that banking activity or that bank account, right? So they'll use Plaid to verify your banking activity, and based on the amount of money you actually have in that account or you have going in and out of that account, they will give you a line or a loan of credit or a line of credit based off of that, right? So if you got $5,000 coming in and out, or if you got $5,000 in there, you may get approved up to $2,500. You may even get approved for $5,000, right? If you got $10,000 in there, or if you have $20,000, $30,000 going in and out that account every single month, whatever the case may be, you may get upwards of $20,000, $30,000, right? So that card, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 cards that I'm getting ready to put you on right now. So make sure you go ahead and write them down, because you do not need a PG for this, right? Capital on tap, right? You got Get Clear card, right? You got Get Divvy, you got Brex, and you got Topargo, right? And then another one is the Sam's Club MasterCard, right? You have to do this Sam's Club MasterCard. You have to apply for that when you actually in store, okay? So last but not least, the Tier 3 actual credit cards, right? Those Tier 2, the last cards that I just went over was kind of with Tier 2 that you can use with no PG. Here is Tier 3, right? Once you got a solid Tier 1, right? You got 5 to 10 accounts on Tier 1. You got 5 to 10 accounts on Tier 2, right? Now you're at Tier 3. Now when a business, when you go apply, and these businesses, these creditors, they actually pull your your business credit report up. They see, oh man, he has 15 different trade lines on there already. Oh, he has 10 different trade lines on there already. Okay, I don't mind lending the money, right? So, but yeah, if you got that solid foundation, now you're good to go. You can go to apply for these credit cards, right? That's at Chase Bank. These are the best ones you can do, right, for your business credit, because they offer really good business solution credit cards, right? You got Chase Bank, you got Bank of America, you got PNC, US Bank, right? Amex, right? It's a trick with Amex where you can only get one inquiry, right, for all of their cards, right? I'll show you that little trick. Wells Fargo, Trust Bank, and Navy Federal Credit Union, right? So these cards are really hard to get if you don't have a solid business foundation, right? So even if you don't have a solid business foundation, I told you how I'm going to show you a way that you can get these cards without having that solid business foundation, and that's simply doing a personal guarantor, right? Now this whole course is about building business credit without a PG or only using your EIN, right? But if you already have a well-established business and it's bringing you money in on a month-to-month basis, right? Why not go out there and personal guarantor for that card if you know you're about to get $50,000 in a business credit line of credit? If you know you're about to get $20,000 in a business line of credit, why not PG that, right? You don't have to. This whole system is based on doing it with no PG, right? However, it's going to take you 2 to 3 months in order to get there. But if you want to go fast, right, and you got the credit to do it, and your business is well established and up and running, just go ahead and do the PG, right? You can get 5, 6 cards like that and immediately put you at 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 in business credit, just like that, right? So if you don't have that strong credit, literally just go through the tier system that I just took you through, right? If you go through that tier system that I just took you through, you should have no problem when you get to tier 3, applying for these cards and getting anywhere from $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for these cards, right? So with that being said, that's pretty much it. That's a high-level overview. I literally gave you everything that you needed to know in order to build that business credit, right? So if you're still a little stuck like, okay, Mar, I get it, that was good, I appreciate the information and everything, however, I still just don't know where to start, right? I still don't, right? You got 2 things. One, you can go ahead and download, I'll put a link to this download, right? which literally has everything that I just went over for you with the links and everything. You can do that. You can also book a free consultation with me, and we'll be able to see where your business is at, where you're trying to go, right? So like I said, with that being said, you can go ahead. I'll click. I'll have a link for you to actually download that worksheet, right? So you can actually follow along, or you can just click the link to book a call with me, and we'll actually sit down on a one-on-one free consultation, right? Free consultation is not going to cost you anything, and we'll actually go over where you're at now, where you're trying to go, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do in order to start acquiring that business credit for your business. With that being said, it's your boy Money Mar, and I am out. I will see you in the next video.